We're sitting in a new spot. Welcome to the couch. I think it's a couch. Anyway, week, something, who knows. But most importantly, this week, fucking good. Real good. Last week, sucks. This week, good. Last week, we know. No sleep, too much work. Not enough food, probably, as well. All those things that contribute to making it a horrible training week. Didn't even get all the days in, decided to rest and can it, and guess what? That was a very clever thing to do because this week was fucking good. 2 thumbs up good. That's how good it was. We benched, we deadlifted, we squatted, and we fucking crushed it. All we did simply, like we talked about last week in the vlog, to overcome that shitty training week, that I couldn't get everything done that I wanted to, and being absolutely cooked, so I cut the week, was literally just redo this week. This was last week's numbers. I just redid all the numbers I'd set out to do. And being incredibly successful with it, it is a great, timely reminder to drive home the fact that one bad week of training or 1 week where something gets in the way of the training doesn't mean you're a failure, or the week in the training and the training week, the training month, the training program, the training block, the end result is all going to be fucked up and absolutely rubbish because of one bad week or one off week, so to speak. It's more about being able to be adults and adjust and overcome what happens on those weeks so you can make smart, thoughtful decisions moving forward so you can have great weeks like I did. Very simple. Look forward to showing the videos. Check them out. We'll talk through the week, the lifts, how they went, and then the setup for next week. I'm a little bit excited for next week. Today's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We are set up for a 260 AMRAP, which was always the goal of this one. My best is 2. I want 3. 3 would be fucking cool. That's one more I've ever done. An incredible strength indicator of where I'm at the moment. If I'm hitting more reps, even just 1 at a weight that is at the top end, like 260, it means I am in the right direction, which is super exciting. FB has its 8-week challenge coming up, and I've nominated my strength goal for that 8 weeks to hit a single on the deadlift at the end of it. So come off this triple, and then we'll have 8 weeks to lead up to pull a nice big single, which lines up very nicely for around about time to transition into sumo as the main lift and fucking get ready for comps. Check it out, crew. 3, 2, 1. Deadlift, AMRAP, scream, yell, shout, jam some ammonia in there, a little soft cut to the face, and then let's fucking go. Like I said, coming to this training session, we're feeling good. Done all the right things. We were smart last week when I was cooked. I didn't push it, allowing me this week to repeat the last week. 250 for 3. I feel like I've done 3 before at 250. However, this is moving good. This is giving me some excitement for the coming week, hoping for a 261 set AMRAP. I think 3 is very doable. Hitting this after a single, I'm quite happy with it. Nice little long hold of the head, little deadlift grip for everyone playing at home. You want to get a stronger back, a stronger lockout position. Hold your fucking lockouts for a little bit. Sneak in a little bit of grip work while you're at it. The pause deadlift, the mighty pause deadlift. You can see positionally I'm getting a little bit better each week, which is also showing up, of course, in the top sets. Off the floor, focusing hamstrings, glutes, upper back tension, not moving out of position when I move the bar off the ground. Essentially, I am practicing throwing the football to get better at throwing the football, plus getting a little bit of work and loading in all the places that I think are important. Here we go. RDLs, 120. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken with myself, I haven't done this much since maybe I fucked my back in 2013. So super excited to be busting out these for sets and reps. We've got a couple of sets of 10 on here. Goal, we just, like we said, we keep pushing this. This is an exercise that will feature heavily this year. Super excited to see what we can do with it and how heavy we can get it. And of course, straps can get fucked. It will be hook grip only on these suckers. Building grip strength, building that hook grip, getting better at that thing as well while we are building hamburgerinos in there. So super stoked with that, mate. Got the thongs on. Safety thongs are adjusted. Coming up here, the goblets. Now, I'll do these again later in the week, and I maybe wish we could put audio on the knees. So I can tell you, look at that, it's going straight down, it's coming straight up. You can see the number. Unfortunately, it is 20 kilos. However, I can tell you this poor old beat up body moving without knee sleeves does hurt, does suck a little bit, but we're just going to keep pushing it so we can get better and better at this each week. I do feel it's kind of slowly getting there. The squat session, 145 for fives. Pretty straightforward, nothing too exciting. Other than this session was super fun. The gym was packed with people, which was super cool. I had a couple of clients training with me for the day that normally would train in the morning. And my boy, best mate, Kevy B, launching his second last heavy squat session. He threw down a nice little 340. So that being said, the shorter amount of time for this training session I already had with Kendra, Coach Kendra jonnybbad, sleeping in a little bit longer, plus all of the fun social aspects of training being there meant that this session I didn't have a lot of time to do the things. And I'm freaking cool with that. No big deal. Just got in what I could. The goal now, knowing I had so much fun to have in the afternoon, was literally just get through the main sets. So here we go, another set of 145. Look, to be honest, they're not the neatest, they're not the tidiest, but we are putting the weight up a little bit more each week. The exciting thing for me is the work on the left toe, the secret sauce, is starting to feel better every single week. Typically, I would have a big bobble and a big wobble and even a big shift in and away from that left leg, which could strongly have something to do with my shitty left toe. We've been working hard on it, and I'm not shifted. My knee is nowhere near as sore when I lift weights. So we might be on to something. Pretty simple strategy with squats, sets and reps. Now, I am aware, due to not spending a lot of time focusing on squat last year and just making it more of an accessory to deadlifting, my technique has suffered a little bit. So we have the slow descent. This is a great way to build technique and reinforce good position. I probably need to move these a little bit slower, but we will work on that. At the moment, they're a back-off exercise. These can be done as a nice main exercise and something I'm considering of adding in there a little bit later on. Not too exciting in weight, however, we're just working on position. So when it does get exciting with moving a little bit of weight, hopefully, no doubt, these will help improve my squat technique. Anyone who's struggling a little bit with squat technique, I do strongly recommend a tempo, a slow descent. Now, short on time, I would much prefer to have done a lot of sets and then a lot of reps today. However, time did not permit. We had time for some singles. So we worked up. 200 felt about the right weight. We got there by hitting 180. What we're doing here, look at that. Ooh, nice and upright. Deliberately slow off the fall. I wouldn't call it a tempo, but I'm just focusing on trying to stay in position as I move this. Not just rip it and fall out of it. My legs are tired from squatting, so being mindful of the fact that they are tired, I need to just be cool with it off the floor. Next week, definitely probably back to the power bar, time permitting, or just stay the Texas bar, but I would like to be playing with a little bit less weight and getting some more sets and reps. I do need to start building some volume and some work capacity with the mighty sumo, I believe. Boom. Now, one of the cool things that I have at home that everyone I think that can afford it should also have at home is some training tools. So you can train at home. For me, it worked out perfectly because I had the shorter sesh like we talked about, sort of because it is social. Training at the gym is a social aspect of my life. I quite enjoy being there and hanging out with all my friends and lifting things. However, that meant my already reduced training time didn't have that many minutes in it to do the training. But that's cool because I've got toys at home I can move with, and we just did the main stuff so we could do the accessories at home. Right here, we're doing a bit of shoulder, retraction, upper back, mid-back stuff here delivered to me by Start Training. This is a nice one. It certainly doesn't look like much, but it fucking lights up my mid-upper back in and around those shoulders, which is a good thing. Now, what we have here, we have a band. You can buy these things on Amazon for, I don't know, fuck all, $30 or something. You get a full set of them. I've got a bunch of them sitting in the cupboard behind me, as well as my adjustable dumbbell set. I've raved and banged on about these things over and over again. They're adjustable up to 25 kilos. That means if I've got two in my hands, I've got 50 kilos of weight to move and do things with, and I think that is more than enough to get yourself a nice little accessory session at home. Now, being that this is about 4 or 5 hours later after training, I certainly needed to warm up a little bit. So here we are, just get some glutes in, stepping sideways. The cool thing here, I am already thinking about, look at me disappear down the hallway, is that my left leg is starting to work and feel a lot better, which is very cool. I can feel my glute working the way it should be, and everything else doing its thing. The toes is the secret sauce, so I need to continue doing that. That is for sure, rocking side to side. We did a couple of rounds here. This got me doing a little bit of extra rehab stuff for the week, plus got me nice and warm so we could get through some stuff. Here we go, the mighty single leg RDL. I quite like this as an exercise, showcasing my left foot, which is typically my least stable side, and even though I am bobbling and wobbling a little bit, this is way less than what I normally would on this side. So we are trending in the right direction, which is most important. The thing I'm considering is when I go to lift heavy in a few months' time, I need to have no weak points. I need to be nice and stable so I can express all of the strength possible, as well as staying stable and injury-free. However, you can see my chunky little rep there. We'll keep working on this. I can confirm the following sets that aren't videoed were a lot better than this as well. A little bit of right leg to show you the difference. It's moving along a little bit nicer, a little bit faster. Quite important to have your single limb stuff in there. Strong recommend to make sure that you continue to program these things. And there's no reason why you can't load it up and get heavy with them as well. Heavy is relative. 20 kilos for me on the single RDL is heavy enough. Now, train at home with the dumbbellies. Easy way to get more work out of the lighter weights is just increase the work capacity, work faster. That means do not rest, keep the phone tucked away, don't fuck around on that thing, and just rip through reps. You'll find whilst 20 kilo row or 25 kilo row isn't that much, if you're just pushing through without resting, eventually it gets heavy. There's a Chinese proverb, even chicken gets heavy eventually. Busted out a few reps. Everything we did in this session was super setted. We continue to do that through the thing. Thank you very much. We have our next exercise. Good. The goblet squat again. We've talked about this thing. I really should have put some audio on the knees, but you can see here we go, being a bit cooler, not as warmed up. You can see how clunky and kind of gross these kind of look. And even, I don't know if you can see the pain on my face, but same deal. I need to get good in a fuller range of movement. This does just showcase neglect from the previous year, from working on the lower limb accessory stuff and just bashing that stuff out and not being as considerate of it. But this year I want to be. I want my knees feeling good. I want my hips and my body feeling nice. Plus we know we do little things, so the big things do not break. And more little things. Watch me lunge walk up and down, up and down. This again would be another exercise that I have neglected, which is the lunge walk. Now I'm going to keep banging on about this left toe, left foot. Historically, I've struggled with lunges like this because my left foot fucking hurts all the time. However, now that we've been working on the toe stuff, the foot is feeling a lot more stable. The pain is disappearing, and I'm feeling a lot more comfortable, even though I don't look so comfortable on these lunges, being able to lunge. So lunge walk is going to feature always. Range of movement, I need more. I need to get lower. I need to be stable. And I need to get some fucking dumbbells in those hands. However, as you can see, I am challenged more than enough just by my own body weight. So we'll get those things quality. Fun little core exercise. Dumbbell march. I quite like this one. Good way to work on some balance, work on some stability. Again, we talked the left foot. The left foot is getting far more stable in this movement. Super stoked on it. Great training week team. Really looking forward to what's coming up next week. bench should be a double at 130. Hopefully, fingers crossed. The big one will be the 260 AMRAP. And then if we're not fried, hopefully we can squeeze in a squat session before the birthday.